everybody, and welcome to another ASMR gaming episode. In this one, we'll be going on a nice, easy ride through the world of Red Dead Redemption 2. A nice view into the American pastoral scene. Before we get into the video, I want to wish everybody a good day, or a good night, whenever or wherever you may be. I hope it's going well for you. And as always, if you enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. Helps the channel grow. So, I'm not really too sure where I intend to go with a good old Comanche right here.
You okay, boy?
But I think I'll go on a road less traveled, I think. Probably north through the Cumberland Forest. And then through the Grizzlies, past Moonstone Pond, and on to Ocrea's Run. And maybe I'll try and wind up somewhere in the northern part of New Hanover. But yet again, that destination remains to be seen. Let's go for a short ride through the city of Valentine, or the town of Valentine. It's not really a city, to be honest with you. A bit of a settlement. As of present, there isn't an incredible amount of anything really going on in Valentine. There's the construction of this corner cafe, but that's years away from being completed. We've got the, what do you call them? The workers' camp. There's a specific word for like migrant workers. It starts with an I, but I can't remember it. Oh, there's that pigsty that you are able to dump dead bodies into for that one woman of loose virtue. I gotta brush my horse as well as pet the dog. It's important that you pet every dog
You okay, boy?
that you come across in Red Dead 2. So let's take a little time this morning to brush the horse. And I think I'll feed him a little bit as well for breakfast. See what I got packed for him. Good old oat cakes. As of right now, I'm also playing around with a new microphone setup with a stand. Mainly so it's
Hey, friend.
out of my eyes when I play the game. But I'm gonna see if I can burglarize this innocent person's home right now. A surprising amount of interior locations are actually modeled in Red Dead 2. But this is not one of them. I think the biggest thing that surprised me coming from Grand Theft Auto or other open world games is exactly how many interior locations are genuinely modeled. Is simply because I think it's like the developers expect you to try and burglarize the homes, which is a nice touch, but a lot of them are still sealed up, as you just saw. I do know that people get a little bit irritated if you follow them for too long as well. So I've got to kind of like not follow this guy for a while. But let's take a little bit of a moment to admire the natural beauty of New Hanover. As we make our way into the primarily pine forests of the Cumberland Forest, or the primarily pine-treed forest that is known as Cumberland Forest. I don't know how to phrase it, man. I'm not David Attenborough, so don't and even that guy had a script, okay? So don't expect an incredible commentary. Like nature commentary. I'll try my best, alright? But I can only provide you with so much. I forget if I have... Okay, there we go. Because for an awkward amount of time in the story, Arthur doesn't have a set of binoculars for some reason. Like a lot of basic tools are locked behind story progression for some unknown reason to me. Let's take a look at the map and plot a course. You know, I think I'll take the shorter route, the more direct route toward Moonstone Pond. So we really don't have to make too many turns or anything. I'm also fairly certain that the O'Driscoll gang has returned to 6 Point Cabin, and I'm really trying to avoid combat in this video, as we're really just trying to peacefully make our way. Look at those flowers, beautiful. I'm also keeping an eye out for paintings or carvings along with dinosaur fossils or other assorted animal bones that... Oh, look at that. Look at that elk over there. How majestic. No, I've never been lucky enough to actually see an elk in person, but having dealt with deer, I genuinely hope that elk are smarter animals. And look what we have here. A small patch of hummingbird sage. Beautiful purple flowers. I know they're some sort of crafting ingredient, but I forget exactly what they're meant to do. Either health or stamina or something, but I genuinely do not remember. I apologize for that. My water, like I said, this whole microphone thing, it's starting to genuinely bother me as to where I'm supposed to put it, but...
Hey there, mister.
I always wondered where these guys are off to. Mainly because in Red Dead 2, a lot of the pedestrian behavior is scripted, and they have their own little lives going on. I don't know if you guys can see that in the distance, but there is a campfire burning. Let's see what we can see. It appears to be coming from behind that small hill. I'm in the investigative mood, so let's go take a look. But you can never be too safe. I know there is a set of random encounters with some moonshiners that you can find in-game, so I'm wondering if this is those moonshiners, or it could just be a random campsite. Could also be an O'Driscoll campsite, but
Slow up now.
I doubt that. They've got 6 Points cabin, so this appears to simply be a random individual. I can see how friendly the guy is, but I doubt that's gonna go well. A lot of people who camp out in Red Dead 2 like this genuinely do not enjoy being bothered. But I'll give it a try, I guess.
I ain't interested in sharing my fire.
Point in case. This guy's definitely not a... I don't understand that. Why these guys are always like so testy with you when you leave. Like there's no way to even attempt to defuse the situation and leave on amicable terms. The Grizzly Mountain Range in the distance. We've got some beautiful deer over there as well.
Easy.
You know, I heard it's a federal crime to interfere with a U.S. mail. Anything, really. Anything to do with the U.S. mail. It's a federal crime to interfere with it, but... I don't know about you, but I don't see any cops around. A letter. A ginseng elixir. I think I'm already maxed out with those, but I'll try it. Nope. Letter to Judge Finley. Miriam Wegner. Henrietta Douglas. Letter to the Saint Denis Times Tribune. Okay, looks like we've discovered some very interesting gossip from this mail cart. I'll call my horse over,
Let's get.
and I think I'll take a seat by the cliffside here. And read these at my leisure, and then continue on my journey to the Grizzlies and Ocrea's Run. I think ultimately I want to wind up somewhere and look at those wild horses, man. You really don't see those anymore. Let's see if I can sit on top of this rock here. Seems like a good place as any. Alright. Now let's take a look at these letters that I acquired. Letter to Judge Finley. A letter about missing a trial. Okay. Dear Sir, Your Honor, you will pardon me for addressing you. However, I am very ill, so much so that I am not in a condition to attend my trial. If it would please Your Honor, I would like you to send me to the poor farm, or send me my release. I am the unfortunate victim of the morphine habit. Judge, Your Honor, you have discharged me, and discharged me on more than one occasion, and by doing so have exhibited great kindness. If you do so again, I promise I will go away and be a good girl in the future. Yours obediently, Gertrude Eastwell. Well, it appears we've really, done no harm by taking that. Letter to Miriam Wegner. Oh my god, I'm gonna... Jesus. I can't read cursive very well. So, my dearest Miriam, I decided that I would write to you again because even though our worlds seem so far apart, these days I think of you often. New York is crowded and dirty, but so alive. It feels like anything is possible, even for a country girl like me. And my biggest... is that a squirrel? Look at that. Look at the squirrel over there. Fuck this letter. Hold on. I want to look at the squirrel. Turn your head more. Come on. Look at him right there. Behind my horse. An American black squirrel. Isn't he adorable? Okay. Back to reading. Seems like it's going to rain. My biggest news is that I have been cast in a Henrik Isbin play. It is a small role, but now I can finally call myself a Broadway actress. Sometimes I do miss home though, the peace and the clean air, being able to take a ride at first light. I received a letter from Lily Millet a while back, and it appears that she is experiencing some financial difficulties. She was always very sensible with money, so I am worried that Weasel Cooper had his claws in her again. She also mentioned that she has not seen you leave the house in months. I cannot begin to imagine how painful it must have been for you to lose Joshua in such a horrible way, and I would never assume to instruct you how to grieve, but I worry about you existing in such isolation. This must be the 6th letter I've sent to you with no response. Please let me know that you are all right, even if it is just the shortest of notes to tell me to mind my own business. You can tell me anything. Your loving cousin, Annabelle. I can hear a bear somewhere in the distance, hopefully a black bear. Your loving cousin, Annabelle. P.S. I always wondered what P.S. stood for, and I've been too lazy and, quite frankly, too dumb to Google it. Uncle Eugene, with the greatest respect of respect. What did I just say? With the greatest of respect, if you are withholding my mail from Miriam, or dare I say constraining her in any other way, I beg you to reconsider your actions. I know how much you love her, but please do not confuse love with possession. She's a beautiful, intelligent woman with so much life ahead of her. What time is it? 1:32. I think it's time for a meal. Good old corned beef. Delicious. Letter to Henrietta Douglas. The Whitehorn Hotel fire, okay. What in the hell? You know, the Navy taught me how to write in small caps, specifically because my handwriting was illegible. I wish these people were taught the same. Letter to Henrietta Douglas from Jacob Sears. It is with great sadness I write to inform you of the death of your husband, from New York City. Interesting. You may have read in the newspapers about the tragic fire that occurred at the Whitehorn Hotel here. As residents gathered to watch the St. Ignatius' Day parade, a few people began to cry out as smoke emerged from the windows on the second floor of the hotel. Within 30 minutes, the entire building was engulfed in flames and those on the upper floors were trapped. Your husband's body was recovered the next day amidst the rubble. We are working with the local coroner to prepare his body for shipment to you. Please write back at the address on the envelope. With sincere sorrow, Jacob Sears. That's tragic. I feel bad for taking that one. Letter to the Saint Denis Times-Tribune. A letter from Dorian Weatherby, Esquire. I don't think I'll feel bad about taking this letter. Dear Sir, it has come to my attention that the habit of writing letters to newspapers has completely consumed my life. All I do all day is think about what I am going to say that is witty, pithy, and will impress people I do not know. I never used to care about being pithy. Now it is consuming my life. My once successful career as a fertilizer salesman is now but a distant memory. My life is now dominated by what others think of me. My vanity, pride, and self-absorption have become everything to me. Yet I never used to be this way. On the eve of a new century, I pray that mankind will emerge fresh into a better world, one less consumed by poses, pretentious. Interesting. I don't like this letter very much. By the poses, pretentious images. Oh, excuse me. One less consumed by the poses, pretensions, and images that have obsessed him in the 19th century. I have many hopes for our species, but few for myself. Please destroy any future letters I send to you without opening them. I am turning over a new leaf. Life as a seller of chemical fertilizer is far more fulfilling than this shadow life as a man who exists merely through the eyes of others. Yours faithfully, Dorian Weatherby, Esquire. P.S. I note that in your last issue you misspelt my name. Yeah. Interesting. Letter to William Errington, a stern letter from an exasperated father. I'm not even going to try and read that. Mr. William Errington. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it either. Dear William, how aggrieved I find myself to write your address on this letter. Not so long ago, I would have transcribed your residence at the finest college in the finest university in all of England. Now, well, what is this preposterous place? I'm ashamed to even write its silly little name. Your gushing correspondence has not moved me so much as an inch. England. So is this guy from England? I don't know, I'm not going to try that accent on an assumption, so. You write of great skies, beautiful lands, hard-working fellow citizens, and your own firm resolve. Oh yeah, he is from England. Hath not England skies? Is the land of your birth not also beautiful? If you were lacking in hard work, I could not have remedied your predicament quite easily, and done so without sundering our family in this appalling way. Your mother still believes you are touring Italy. If you do not reply to this letter with assurances that you intend to come back, I shall tell her your return ship was lost at sea with all hands. That, son, is my own firm resolve. Do not test it. Your loving father. Not even signed a name. That's cold. Stone cold. Well, I think we've had enough of a respite from our small journey. And I think it's about time to feed the horse a little bit as well. Oh, look at the squirrel. Oh, there he is. Come on. Look at him go. Isn't he adorable? Oh, man. There's also Fort Wallace in the distance. I have yet to try and assault Fort Wallace. I don't know if there's even an interior to the fort. I assume there is, however. I think I'll give my horse a fresh carrot.
Yeah, you're a strong one, boy.
Comanche deserves it. He's a king. Do you know what Comanche means? It means enemies forever. Enemies of everyone. I learned that from a movie. I wonder if there's anything valuable inside this fort. I always meant to try and come back and assault the fort, but I never really got around to it. It looks like there's something on top of that mountain peak. It could very well just be a tree, but it is indeed just a tree. Look at that beautiful yellow canary. Or a tannered songbird. Whatever that is, man. It appears the cycle of life continues. A very interesting part about Red Dead 2 is the actual decomposition cycle of animals in the game. Within a week, this entire carcass will be bone. That is if I continue to visit it. The game remembers where these carcasses are and continues to decompose them at a normal rate. Very interesting indeed. As this is indeed an ASMR video, I will not be trying to figure out what's inside of Fort Wallace at present. I might try that out on my second channel, but not here. We're off on a pleasant journey to see an old friend.
There we go.
Another camp. Probably just another fellow traveler, not wishing to be bothered by the likes of me. I went the wrong way. Turns out we're going right by that guy. There's a wagon over there as well. I think this might be an O'Driscoll camp. I've got a bit of a decision to make. Even though this is an ASMR video.
Okay then.
Do I kill O'Driscolls in it? Honestly, I think I might. We'll have to do so in a very relaxing manner though. But
Easy now.
I think I'll be able to manage.
You did real good, boy.
I find it interesting that they've set up shop so close to the military fort. Seems a bit odd, a bit of an odd choice if you ask me. Alright, perfect. Let's make our way to a vantage point and make sure these are indeed O'Driscolls. Seems to be so. Let me just double check. There really aren't that many of them either. Well, nothing for it. Yep. O'Driscolls indeed. There he is.
God damn it.
was a little too easy, if you ask me. Now let's see what they got on them. Hate to make the joke, but it looks like I scared the shit out of those horses too. Alright. Let's see what they got. Oh shit, dude. I didn't expect that, to be honest with you. Let's go take a look what these guys had on them before I forget they were ever there. I'm fairly certain this pistol isn't... Took a little too many, It took too many bullets to kill that guy, if you ask me. Just wouldn't stay down. Yeah, this is a pretty sad looking camp, if you ask me. Fairly raggedy. Dirty dishes everywhere. Look at this chair. Fairly poor condition, everything. They really didn't have much on them either. Some bitters. No money. It's a bit of a disappointment. Normally they have at least a few dollars on them. $0.69 ain't gonna cut it. Were there only 3 of them? Oh no, 4. They had some decent weapons on them though. Only $1. Look at this ramshackle. It's sad, really, how they live. You almost feel bad about, going after them. The O'Driscolls certainly have manpower, but they definitely don't have any cash about them. A little bit of bourbon. Looks like there's an ammunition box right here. I doubt it's got anything I need inside of it. Oh, maybe it does. I stand corrected. Gun oil and repeater cartridges. Doesn't look like I can... You know what? Nah, I'm not about to just waste something there. This camp really didn't have much of anything in it. Probably a byproduct of being so close to Fort Wallace right there. I kind of want to read this letter, but it won't let me. It looks important. In all honesty, this was a waste of bullets. At least I'd get some oat cakes for my horse. Oh, and a cigarette card. I love these things. Artists, writers, and poets. Let's see. Richard McCullough. I actually worked with a guy with that exact name. This book looks important, but I can't grab it. Unfortunate. Let's continue on our ride. Hopefully a little bit sobered by the actions we have taken. Good old Comanche.
Yeah, you all right there, boy?
Go, boy.
Comanche's such a good boy. It's getting late. I think I'll try this untraveled route to travel to Moonstone Pond. So it should just be due east.
Yep.
I'll hit a road, and then I'll find another trail. Cumberland Forest is a fairly safe area, too. It's, a little bit strange that the O'Driscolls are making their camp right there, if you ask me.
Stay calm there.
Little fox. Sounds like there's wolves. I hear them. They're out and about.
Yeah. There, boy.
Yeah, I definitely want to keep this gun handy. I'm not about to lose my horse to some dumb wolves. Keep one loaded as well.
Okay.
I'm not going that way.
Yep. Get back.
I'll just keep an eye peeled for those wolves. Can never be too safe. Things can go kind of pear-shaped at any moment in Red Dead 2. Especially if you lose too careful track of where your horse is moving. You can easily find yourself walking off a cliff, or having the horse buck you because there was a black bear or some wolves about. Unfortunately, Comanche's a little bit dirty right now, so I'll have to make a stop whenever possible to wipe him down. Unfortunately, this switchback trail doesn't really have any places for me to comfortably groom my horse, so I think I'll wait just a moment.
Easy there.
Wow. There's Twin Stacks Pass in the distance, and you can see all the way down to Blackwater in the distance there. And over there, the Grizzlies. The hell is that? No, it's just Bacchus Station. And somewhere over there is going to be Strawberry and Valentine nestled somewhere down below. What's that green thing? Oh, the oil refinery. I believe that's Blackwater on Flatiron Lake. What a peaceful sight. But we have to keep moving. Not only am I blocking the road, I still have to find a spot to groom my horse. Clean him up a little bit. You can see almost all the heartlands from here.
Slow up now.
What's this? Well, at least I can brush my horse. Right. Is there a reason I can't brush my horse? I don't really want to get too close. I have no idea what this is. Seems like some sort of Indian hut. Charms. And some sort of lodge or something. nobody's here. I really don't think I should be here as well. It's a little bit ominous. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not really feeling it. I've got food that needs to be cooked, but I'm certainly not going to cook it here. This camp is right in the middle of the road. Right in the middle of the road as well.
Yeah.
Not about to stay here for any amount of time. I feel like I'm gonna get ambushed or something.
Hey there, partner.
What the hell is all this about?
Easy.
Somebody's camping out by the lake down there. Obviously, we're not going to be able to tell who that is, but there's somebody down there indeed. There's Emerald Ranch. A bit of an eerie spot, to be honest with you. I don't like going there. Ah, Three Sisters. We're close. You know, I could just continue on. It looks like this road will lead me directly to O'Crea's Run, but I want to go by Moonstone Pond. From what I remember, there's also an artist up on Three Sisters Mountain carving a piece. Look at that tree in the distance. Doesn't it look lonely?
Whoa, easy.
Look at it down there. Just one lonely tree. You know, I think it was Bob Ross who said everybody needs a friend, even trees. Looks like that's the town of, not Valentine, Rhodes. I don't normally travel at night in Red Dead Redemption 2, but I always remembered finding it very eerie, very tense, and not exactly something that I would describe as a fun time. Somebody camped out right there, I didn't even notice. I'm not about to check that out. Oh, look at this. Somebody in need of,
There we go.
sounds like I just ran over a squirrel.
Want some help?
Hey, why not? Whoa! Hey, whoa! Now you got to be kidding me!
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Now I gotta help this guy out a little bit.
Gotcha.
Um, is there a reason my horse is like going berserk? Oh god. Excuse me, dude. Jesus Christ. There's one thing I can say is not. I'll be honest with you, horse combat leaves a lot to be desired in this game. This is beyond annoying. I genuinely hate trying to fight anything on a horse. This bothers me beyond belief. The game is great, but it's phenomenally clunky when it comes to combat. I hate it beyond imagination. Just trying to do basic shit is a chore. Like, for example, wrestling with every control to try and get a gun loaded on target and firing at a wolf while on horseback is just ridiculously annoying. Like, I'm bothered beyond belief by what just happened. Fuck this game.
Yep. Easy. Whoa.
Like, literally, I heard them coming. Tried getting a gun out. Couldn't. And it just tried getting a gun on target. Couldn't. Tried loading the revolver. Could not do that. Tried going into Deadeye. Could not do that. After getting bit by a wolf, the gun just went away. Whatever, man. Is somebody camping here? I don't think I've ever seen anybody camp on Moonstone Pond before, to be honest with you. How long has this cabin been here? I'll be honest with you, I genuinely do not remember there ever being a cabin here on Moonstone Pond.
Okay then.
Sounds like some bats were living in there. Some burdock. That'll be good for my horse. Now there's a legendary animal that lives around Moonstone Pond, but I'm not too familiar with that. I'm still upset. Like unreasonably upset by those wolves. I want to like slam my monitor into the back of the desk so badly. But, you know, I gotta be a bigger man about it. This looks a little, do I have a lantern? Why don't I have a lantern? You know, this is kind of what I mean. You've got like items locked behind hewing hatchet. Okay. This old and worn hatchet has a flat edge along one side of the blade and is designed for hewing, the process of converting logs into lumber. It can also be thrown. Okay. Interesting. Can I get my lantern back out? Doesn't take a genius to figure out what happened to the guy who lived here, I guess. Looks like the sun's coming up as well. It seems like he was very fond of that hewing axe.
Nice and easy.
What exactly is right beside my horse? Oh. get back into a relaxed mindset. Even though I'm supremely bothered by those wolves. Looks like there's a lot of fish in Moonstone Pond. I might go for a little fishing trip. That is, of course, if the game allows me to do so. Alright. Looks like I'll have to go in through the roof. That is, if the game allows me to do so. There we go, look at that. Oh, there he is. Poor guy. I wondered what happened to the owner of the shack, but my answers came fairly quickly. Let's see what he had inside. Homing tomahawk pamphlet. Bro, I thought this was the Old West. And I would have much rather preferred some money, to be honest with you. Canned salmon, canned fruit. Looks like I'm full up on canned goods. Does he have any cigarettes? Blankets, bourbon. Yeah, it's $1.85, so I'll take it. Nothing. Oh, here we go. Jewelry. It's about $25 if I remember correctly. So old boy actually had something useful in here. Wingo. Let's see if I can make my way to the other side of the abode. Not easily. Looks like I'll just have to go around and try again. Did I really just sprain my ankle? Where's my actual food? Big game. Canned corned beef. Yeah, let's go with that, I guess. I've got plenty of food that still needs to be prepared, so I'm not too worried about that in particular. Okay, you cannot get inside the other portion of the home. So, oh, wild carrots. Those are good for your horse. Take those as well. And I think, let's see if I can go fishing. If I can, I very will. What was I trying to say? If I can go fishing, that's how I'm gonna end the video, I think. But I can't, which is, again, bothersome. You know what? I'm gonna go fishing whether it likes me or not. Whether it wants me to or not, man. Hey, look at that. I think I just caught something. You know, this pond is fairly deceptive. I think the first time I died in this game was trying to swim in it. You know, I'm really not too sure how I want to end the video, but I think I'll just take a nice little stroll up on top of this rock and see what I can see. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one.